thank you.
Do you want to click on concert and show me who's coming?
Oh, you can look. It doesn't tell you. Unless if you were to
All right, the audio's live.
Like tomorrow.
seconds
She's
today.
already
Not on the Broom Bash website.
You know what I'm gonna do? Colette, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the. That's okay. It's funny.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the USAC poster, and you know how it says about USAC? I'm gonna copy that and send it to you.
Okay, you do that. But it'll be your labor mom.
Okay. I'm audio recording this too, so.
Hi, we're about to start.
I guess I can like angle this toward y'all so I can at least see. Yeah. So fancy.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit over here.
Hello. Why is everybody muted? We're here.
And everybody's watch videos this time.
None of them are joining.
I would be too.
Are you employed like me? That's what.
I'm
I
about.
don't see any video or get any audio.
What?
Fernando doesn't get video or audio.
No, when I usually sit. I'm just I try to join with that laptop.
Is this like an official?
You don't. Everybody else is not.
I can't, no one has video, so
That's what's happening right now.
you might.
What is happening?
Oh, maybe, like exit out of it and then come back and like open it back up.
This is for the FBI. You should.
Okay.
They see me.
I would like to call that grounds for impeachment.
Is anyone here? Someone else join and see if they're like.
Oh my God. I guess
Robert gets back. We can talk and sit.
I'm an assistant.
I can't join on another computer. I don't have a second computer. Oh, there's Tara. And Jonathan.
I can see everyone.
Jonathan's here?
I can hear them, so can you make it work on yours? Oh, there's like a lot.
Wait, Robert,
UCLA Web.
go on ED room.
If you trying to do something bad to my computer.
No, that's how it works on the live stream. If you're not on that.
We look cute. We look cute.
I like it.
The fuzzy effect. The shitty camera.
That's what somebody deserves.
Nope.
But I tried it with you feel like that, we did like a troubleshoot thing,
I saw this number of appointments, and I got so sick. Thank God they're consent.
Hi,
They're
Kalechi.
consent items?
This isn't working.
So wait, what's the issue?
Well, look, it's right there.
People.
Wait, should
Did you just not turn on the volume? Is that the
No,
issue?
this is just the live.
They're all muted.
Yeah.
Like snakes.
Did Robert just put someone
It's okay.
That's what I was like.
It's USAC. It's USAC. Shut up, Jonathan. I thought we were friends. Are we starting?
Weird.
Okay.
More cheering.
I'm just ready. Are we ready? Okay. I call this meeting to order at 8:14 p.m. Hi, hello. So there is no attendance sheet, so we are going to move into approval of the minutes. We have a lot of minutes. Let's see.
There's 3.
Okay, so we have 8:14, 7:17, and 7:01. Okay, so can I get a motion? Yes. Well, no, we should do each one individually, right?
Yes.
So you might want to make a motion.
I motion to approve the minutes from July 1st, 2019.
I second.
All in favor? Kalechi second. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jonathan?
I think he's abstaining.
Okay.
I'm abstaining, so I'm there.
Okay, cool. 7, all abstaining. 1, okay, all against. Cool, by a motion of 7 to 0 to 1, the motion passes and the minutes are approved. For 7/1/19. Okay, so for 7/17/19, can I get a motion?
I motion to approve the minutes for 7/17/19.
Isabel.
I second.
Cool. Isabel seconds. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5. Okay. Abstaining? Against? Nobody. Okay. By motion of 7 to 0 to 1, the motion passes and the minutes from 7/17/19 are approved. Okay. For 8/14/19, can I get a motion?
A motion to approve the minutes from 8/14/19.
Awesome.
I second.
All seconds. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All abstaining. All against. Nobody. So by motion of 7 to 0 to 1, the motion passes and the 8/14 minutes are approved. Okay, let's move into contingency program. Nadia. Hi.
Hi. Okay. So we got a lot of applications this week. The total amount requested was $16,923.01. and the total amount recommended is $11,741.64. Did someone get that?
I motion to approve the contingency allocation for $11,741.64.
Wait, is it USAC and?
Is it USAC and non-USAC entities?
Sure.
To USAC and non-USAC entities.
Cool.
Does it make a difference?
Usually we just clarify. And I think that's just because, from my understanding, like USAC is with an extra level of like scrutiny with contingency.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it was USAC, not USAC.
Okay.
The
Okay.
person who's receiving funding should abstain from the vote.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Lalo, did you second it?
Yeah,
But are you receiving?
no.
Okay, so, okay, all in favor? 1, 2,
It's not me who's receiving.
3,
Yeah.
Yeah.
4,
I think you and Dick.
4, 5. Is Naomi gone? Okay, I'm gonna assume Naomi's gone. Kind of. Okay. All abstaining. 1, 2. Okay, all against. Okay, so by motion of 5 to 0 to 2, the motion passes and contingency is approved for this week. Okay, let's go on to.
Awesome, thank you. And I actually won't be able to stay for the rest of tonight's meeting, so I'll be logging off. I just wanted to do the contingency.
Sweet, thank you so much, Nadia.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Okay. SFF allocations, Jonathan.
Oh, it's just, I'm sorry, I cut out.
Robert, did you give amendments to the agenda?
Oh,
Did we approve the agenda?
no, wait, Jonathan, we totally forgot to make amendments to the agenda too before we went in.
Yeah, I know.
I
I don't
know.
have anything.
You don't have any SFF?
Sorry, SFS application will open probably week 1 or 2.
Okay, cool. Hi, Sean. We're getting to your appointment in a second. You're good. Just hold up for a minute. We're trying to make amendments to the.
We technically can't, but the public.
Yeah, you can stay. Okay, so let's like do amendments really quick and approve this agenda formally. Does anybody want to strike their officer report?
I will strike ARC.
I'll strike my report.
I'm gonna help you out, Kim. I'm gonna try to help you out. Oh, never mind, I can't, because I'm view only. Oops, never mind. Okay, so striking ARC,
And general one.
striking Gen 1,
Strike TSR.
strike TSR. And y'all can type this in the chat too, for any of you all who are online.
I just edited it. You can edit it.
Okay. So very hot tonight.
Oh.
Why am I?
I'm watching what?
Here, I'll help you out. I'll strike myself.
My computer. Kim, my computer's being really slow. Oh, never mind, you got it. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, does anybody else have any amendments to the agenda? Oh.
No, don't strike me.
Wait, didn't you say strike part?
No, just ARC.
Oh, can we strike Joanna joining tonight?
She's not here.
Okay, so we can just leave it then. Hi, Jaden.
Hi.
Okay, so we are going to, can we get a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda for tonight.
I motion to approve the agenda.
Kim motions to approve the agenda.
Wow, I second.
Kalechi seconds. All in favor? 1, 2, 3. All, okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kim, are you Yes. Oh, Heisman, yes, 8. Okay, by a motion of 8-0, the motion passes, the agenda is approved. Sorry, Sean, I would say 9. Okay, let's go on to, public comment then. Would any of the members of the public like to speak? Jamie?
Hi, friends, I'm back. I didn't graduate. Just kidding. I am now working in Assemblymember Camel Dunn's office as a field representative. I cover everything in the district that's north of the 10 and west of La Cienega, so UCLA is included. I also am the point person in the office on higher education issues, LGBTQ, arts and museums, Jewish, and veterans issues. So you'll all be around occasionally. I don't plan on being here every Tuesday. I didn't have that last year. But there are some really cool projects that I'm working on that I wanted to share with everybody. So for transfer student rep, we are doing the assembly member had a resolution to designate November 1st to honor veterans in arts and humanities. And so I'm working with a veterans group and arts groups to do essentially like kind of a showcase of veterans in the area. That's going to be like comedy skits, a display of artwork, all that type of stuff. So it would be amazing if you can maybe talk to the Veteran Resource Center, find out if there's any students that would want their work to be highlighted, and I can definitely get that done. Kalechi, I'm also working with this group to potentially do this really big diversity in the arts festival next September. And so for any groups that you know that are doing anything that is like highlighting diversity, celebrating it, any like local Black artists that are students that would want their work to be highlighted or would be interested in this, let me know. I'll give you more details as that gets hashed out, but we're looking at starting a fundraiser in January and then having small events every month after that to lead up to the big thing. Let's see, so many other things, but I'm going to Sacramento tomorrow. So I'll be up to date on all the bills that are going to be passed because Friday is the last day that we can pass any bills. So it's been absolutely insane for everybody. And so I'll make sure to send Joanna a list of any legislation that could impact students. Also, for anyone that has been wants to have anything proposed at the state level, a cool thing about how our office is set up is that every staff member can propose legislation to be picked up by the assembly member. So it's not just the capital staff. So if you're interested in getting something in front of the legislature, like I would love to sit down with you and have a conversation. So then that's something that I could potentially propose. The next cycle starts up in January. So right now is the time of the year where we really want to be getting that type of input from our communities. And yeah, feel free to hit me up anytime. Most of you probably have me on Facebook, but I can give you my official email so that way it's not weird when I'm talking to you on my work computer. And yeah.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Jamie. Anybody have any questions for Jamie? We all good? Okay, cool.
Also, I'm only here because Robert has an LSAT. He wanted me to show up.
That's true.
So this is me supporting him.
I love you. Thank you, Jamie. I have been grinding on it. Okay, thank you again for that. And we will see you around.
Oh yeah, I've been on campus since 4 p.m. having meetings, so like totally able to come if anyone wants to set up a meeting.
Awesome.
Also be here with the assembly member, last night, I'll be here with the assembly member on the 25th, and I'm trying to get her to come around and or whatever the enormous activities fair day is, I'm trying to get her to schedule some time to go around and take pictures with students. So if you're gonna be at her booth around 11, let me know, and we can snag a picture with the assembly member.
It's only 24.
24th, whatever that Tuesday is, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Jamie. Okay, so let's go. Any other members of the public? Cool. Okay, we're good. Let's go on to special presentations with the USAC website. Hi, Jessica.
So I want to introduce you all to Rohit. He is your USAC webmaster. So there was some confusion about whether or not this was a career employee. It's a student position. So Rohit is our webmaster. And basically I just wanted him to come and kind of show you all what he's worked on with the USAC website. And it's really exciting stuff. So I'm excited for you all to see it. And then yeah, Rohit, if you want to, I could put it up on the screen, and then if you want to just click through the beta site, yeah, I think that would be fine. So let me just switch over to, there we go.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh.
Can everybody on the Hangout see the screen? Or is it?
How do we get there?
Oh yeah, so you can, so on the current USAC website, there's a link on the top side that says beta. So if you click on this link, you'll see the current version of the new website.
Okay, did everybody hear that? So go to the USAC website and then click on beta in like the top right corner if you want to see the new website. We're going to get walkthrough on it. Cool.
Okay, so yeah, so over this summer, I've been working on basically redesigning the USAC website, like a complete upgrade of the USAC website. So some of the complaints with the old one were that students were having a hard time like finding documents, and especially finding the most up-to-date version of documents, because a lot of the links on the website would there'd be multiple links to the same document, but some would be from like 5 years ago or something. So it was a bit disorganized. So the new website is, I've tried to fix some of those problems by making the organization a lot simpler. So you can navigate the entire website from basically here. All the links in the website are, you can access them from the top of the page, basically. All the documents from the old website are here as well, except they're organized. I've written some code on this new website to organize the documents better, so that only the latest version of each document is actually available. So and the new website also changes the links to all the documents when a new one is updated. So this way there shouldn't be any outdated links on the website. And one big change also is that the previous website was not ADA compliant, and so it was pretty difficult to access if you don't have like the typical level of abilities and like a desktop browser. So so this website is ADA compliant. You can it's pretty much as easy to use with a smartphone as a screen reader. All the images have alternative text, and color contrast and all that has been taken into account in the design to make it more accessible. So yeah, so that's basically it. And there's also you guys can send me documents and things that you want updated or added on this website, and also there's an announcement section on the front page, so you can send announcements that to be posted there, and they'll appear on the front page basically. So yeah, any questions?
I like it.
When did we get the online contingency form set up? Who did you do that? The online contingency form?
Oh, are you talking about
Rec form,
the
sorry.
rec form?
So that's an initiative that SGA is spearheading, and so since we have not launched this new version of the USAC website, we can have Vong kind of speak more to what the functionality of this online rec form. But essentially, it's going to help them be able to track rec forms easier, so they don't get lost in like problem recs, or if someone just completely uses the paper form altogether, they'll have some tracking system. But this does not replace the paper form. It's just a supplement to help you know how to fill out the paper form.
Oh.
So you can kind of do this and print it out, and then use it to help you write down the information on the paper form. So they can give you more details about how this is functioning, and more of like the how it's going to make things a little bit more streamlined for students. So maybe at the next meeting, or one of the first few meetings of the academic year, we can have someone from SGA come in and talk to you all a little bit more about that. But that's something new. So this is only on the beta site, and it won't be live to folks until we actually like make the site live.
Is there anything more that you're changing? Or like, what?
Um, next for this website? There's some parts of this website that haven't been fully migrated over from the old one. So that'll probably be done by the end of next week, so before the school year starts. And then as for new content, that's, there's some plans for new additions, like a directory of apartments in Westwood. But yeah, basically I'm like, there's still, it's mostly the changes are to the design and the organization of the website.
It looks really good.
Thank you.
Once again, Naomi, just so you know, and so everybody else knows, just go to the old USAC website and in the top right where it says beta. And then you can see and explore the new website for USAC. Cool, thank you. Does anybody else have any questions about the new website? It is usac.ucla.edu.
Yeah.
Where all we have all of our officers, could you include that in our
Sure.
Yeah.
On this page?
It normally is, this was just to update with you all instead of the old, but it'll say your office number, your email, and then if you have it on the phone, I'll usually put the office one, but, don't have to, but mainly the email and the office number that you're in will be on there.
And so this website should replace the current USAC website by the end of the week. All the links on the old website will still work for fall quarter. So, but when you go to the homepage, you'll see the homepage of this website, and there won't be any links to the old one on this website.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing that so quickly too. Appreciate it. Other questions or comments? Okay, sweet. Thank you so much again for presenting to us. I'm gonna fix this real quick. Let's see. There we go. Okay, cool. Hi. Okay, so now we're going on to the OSAC presentation. Lily.
Do you want to pull it up on the screen? I dropped the link in the group chat.
On this screen, let's see.
Or just like everyone can pull it up.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that might be.
Okay, basically I extended the application period from the end of May to the end of summer because we had a lot of vacancies. So I was able to fill several more spots and inform previous offices that they did in fact have to reapply, not USAC offices, but other boards. So we got things pretty much taken care of. It looks solid. There will still be 2 vacancies in the lockers. They were previously e-board lockers, but since e-board has an office, we are taking those lockers to accommodate more student groups. So I will be appointing my new OSAC chair the 2nd week of fall quarter. And then once she's appointed, I'm gonna have her do an audit of office space and try to get those lockers filled by any people in offices that might need additional space, which is against the OSAC bylaws technically, but I'm planning on changing those this year, because previously, if you have an office, you cannot have locker space, but I don't think that really fulfills needs of larger organizations that have a lot of items that they need to store. So I'm going to change that. And also, since I'll be changing that, I'm going to make locker applications yearly and office applications every 2 years. So if you want to just take a look, I'm pretty sure it's like a consent vote to approve it. And once you approve it, I'll be emailing all of the organizations, letting them know that they can move into their new office spaces, starting week 0. So is anyone not down? Everyone's cool with it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. That's pretty much it.
Any questions for Lily?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So this is for all the offices in Krakow?
These are for the offices in Kirkhoff and the lockers, and mailboxes.
So everyone who currently has an office in Krakow has to apply to get their offices again?
USAC offices don't, but organizations do, only every 2 years though. So after this year, once I send out the emails, they'll have their offices for 2 years. So they won't have to reapply until like 2 years from now. Yeah.
Okay.
And this isn't my job, just to clarify. I had to fire my USAC chair because she was terrible. And I had to do this all summer long.
Okay, so the people who currently have their offices would have to reapply again right now to get their offices for the 2 years?
No, they already applied.
Okay.
So, yeah, but there was some miscommunication. So some offices didn't know that they needed to reapply, but I took care of it, I fixed it.
Okay.
Is that the OSAC chair didn't let organizations know that they needed to reapply. But I took care of it. I got everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Lily, for taking care of that too, in the absence of your USAC chair. We appreciate it.
Oh, it was a blast.
Awesome. Okay, any other questions for Lily? Okay, sweet. Thank you. And then I think we're moving into election board calendar updates. Is Kiana? Kiana was here. I can text her. I can call her.
Do we need someone to leave?
I'm not sure. Samad, are you able to leave until, oh, wait, never mind. You can stay. You're good. Kiana's able to join now. Okay, hi, Kiana. Yes, updates on the election board calendar and then infractions.
Alright, so the calendar won't be shown today, just the infraction. So, yeah. Do you guys have that pulled up? Do you guys need me to send you that, or do you guys already have it?
Is it the same doc that you have? From last time?
It's called draft INP guidelines.
Oh, yeah, we have it, or I have it.
So, yeah, I just added a few things that Dr. Geller said I should add. So just like the reference to the section of the code that the violations are in, and just reducing the 48-hour turnaround to 48 or 36 during voting week. So I did 36 during voting week.
Okay. Any questions or comments about that? I appreciate that, just to like make it expedite the process. So thank you, Kiana. Anybody? If that's it, and this is just an action item vote to approve the infractions guidelines. Did everybody read through it? No. Okay. Okay, so Yeah, I just searched draft. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, just give us 1 minute, Kiana, just so we can all look through it real quick, so we can vote. States.
Grammar and spelling is what we're doing.
I'm saying we can change it.
What do you critique?
No, I'm just,
More so. Or it's not the space between the one side and then.
I think more so about space. I think it's an actual word.
I thought it was commercial, but it says you keep the space.
it does, it does.
Yeah.
I was just asking.
I think it goes either way.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool, we'll keep it.
Actually, the content.
Cool. Just one clarifying question, Kiana, is there any reason, or do you want to include something about if you have committees under, like, for example, like the investigations director who can review those complaints and like not just the director themselves necessarily, or would you prefer that it all go through the director initially and then to committee?
Yeah, I would like it to go through the director first
Okay.
and then the committee.
Yeah.
But, like, do you want me to add something about the committee also doing that?
Oh, no, I think it's not restrictive. I was just curious if that was the process that you were going about doing. So that's totally cool. That's the way you want to do it. Okay, so do we want to do, yeah?
My question was about, are the petitioner going to be notified if their petition is thrown out? Yeah, is that not in there? So it says determine if a violation is heard or if the petition will be thrown out, but I wasn't sure if it said later on. I can add that in there. Also, is there going to be like, I don't know if this is necessary, but are they going to be providing a reason as to why it's not like addressed? Just because I know, for example, like let's say like I petition like against Robert, like, and then I'm like, okay, well he didn't go down for this, so I'm gonna try to like get him for this, but it's still within like that same like, yeah. Do you think, are you like open to like adding like the reason why? Yeah, so last year, Selena, she was the investigation director, she, there's like a form that she followed, and they would tell the reasons why, the election board wouldn't like hear the complaint at this time.
Okay, wait, so Kiana, did you include that first suggestion that Naomi made about them being notified?
Yeah, I'm adding that right now.
Okay, awesome, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, so there are no final comments, and if everybody's reviewed it, do we want to approve the infractions and penalties guidelines? And is there a motion?
I move.
Sorry, Sean.
I motion to approve the 2019-2020 election board infractions and penalties guidelines.
They allow a motion?
1 second.
Okay, on seconds, all in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. Yeah, by a motion of 7 to 0, the motion passes, and the infraction and penalties guidelines are approved. Thank you so much, Kiana. You can stick around for us to, go through your appointments too. That'd be awesome. Okay, so if you want to leave for a minute, Kiana, you can. But I think these, a lot of these consent items will go pretty quickly. Okay, so let's go on to appointments, and let's go on the University Committee on Disability. Lily, take it away.
Yeah. All right, these are all consent items. So, do you have to give a little spiel?
Yeah, just like a little short one. You don't really have to say much, but we do have to go through each of them individual. So maybe just like a brief little something. I'm gonna go get Kalechi and I water, so I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Quinn O'Connor is going to be our second 2-year appointment because her application was super thorough. And not only that, she had like a ton of really good ideas for how to incorporate the community, and making this meeting more accessible to the students. So I thought, given a 2-year period, she can really make some radical changes to the way things currently are working. So yeah, that's why I chose her. She's stellar. Are we down for that? I don't know what the term is.
You said this is a 2-year appointment.
Does anyone disapprove?
I support it. Yeah, I generally support what Lily.
All right, can I keep going?
I think we have to approve this one and then go to the next,
Okay,
right?
go ahead.
Yeah.
I think you have to
announce like this.
So Amanda Wynn is one of our 1-year appointments. She applied and we interviewed her, and likewise, she's very passionate, brought up a lot of really important issues about communication between admin and students, and has a lot of good ideas on how to bridge those gaps, and making resources more accessible to students. Cool. Is that enough?
I'm
Yeah.
opposed.
Okay.
By consent.
I think
Laura Olcott is one of our 1-year appointments. We hired her after her application and her interview because she has a lot of really cool hands-on experience with working with various disability orgs on campus and has a lot of personal insight that we thought made her a very valuable member of the committee. She's super interested in campus-wide policy. So given that she has like a ton of experience working with the community and is super interested in policy, we thought she was a super cool fit. So I added her as an appointment. Cool. Moving on. Isita was like actually mind-blowing. She kind of scared me in a good way because she was so intense and so passionate about disability rights and getting involved in the community and really, really working to problem solve. She reminded me of a younger version of myself, so I couldn't not appoint her. So yeah, that's my reasoning. Amir Patel for TGIF. He served last year and did a really amazing job. Has a ton of experience with sustainability orgs, TGIF. He's very qualified, very loyal. I trust him to show up to meetings and hearings. So yeah. And then who's next? Emily May. So she was super interested in TGIF because she wants to make the fund more accessible to students and raise awareness for it, which is something Jessica and I are really trying to work on this year. because we want more people doing projects and we want more applications. So she had a really firm vision for how to make TGIF more accessible. And like Amir, she has experience in the sustainability world on campus. So I chose to appoint her. Ryan Cadenza, he is for Campus Sustainability Committee. He's a third-year member and president of Renewable Energy Association. He has a lot of experience. He's super, super passionate to the point where it's scary, like tons of Facebook posts. And he is really passionate about being on this committee and making a change on campus in terms of sustainability. So, yeah. Atharva Pate for Woodin Center Board of Governors. We interviewed him. He was super, super interested. To be honest, don't know a lot about Woodin Board of Governors, but he had a lot of good ideas about how to make the facility more utilized and more accessible for all students. He's an avid Woodin goer. He knows a lot about specific layouts of various bench pressing machines. Seems super, super dedicated. He is willing to get up at 6 a.m. for the meetings. So, there you go. Bijan Aves, very similar story. Very avid Woodin goer. Very passionate about the John Wooden Center. Has a lot of knowledge about campus infrastructure, especially the Wooden Center. Also willing to get up at 6 in the morning for the meetings. Cool. Can I keep going? No. Oh my god, I'm done. Yay.
So is Kim there? Kim?
Yeah.
So since Robert stepped out, do you mind sharing and then just quickly running through these appointments and just asking for each one, is there any opposition, just for the record on the minutes, and then we can, if there's none, you can just say they passed by consent.
All right, does anyone have any opposition to these appointments?
I think we have to go
Yeah,
one by one.
can you go one by one?
Oh,
Like,
one by one. Oh, okay. So Quinn O'Connor for University Committee on Disability. Does anyone have any opposition? All right, cool. Amanda A. Nguyen for University Committee on Disability. Any opposition? No. Okay. Lauren Olcott for University Committee on Disability. Any opposition? No. Okay. Isita Tripathi, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, for University Committee on Disability. Any opposition? No. Okay. Amir Patel for the Green Initiative Fund. Any opposition? No. Emily May for the Green Initiative Fund. Any opposition? Ryan Condensa for Campus Sustainability Committee. Any opposition? No. Atharva Pade for Woodin Center Board of Governors. Any opposition? No. And lastly, John Ahmad for Woodin Center Board of Governors. Any opposition? All right, cool. Lily, you can inform them that they have been appointed to these different committees on campus.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, Kim, for chairing too. We stand. Okay, are we done with all of Lily's committees?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Then let's go back to Kiana. Take it away, Kiana. These are action items, so if we could go into more detail and then do like a question and answer with each of your appointments, that'd be awesome.
Okay. So the first one that's up is Sean. He's up for vice chair. He was vice chair last year and did a great job. So he applied this year again, and I think he'd be a great fit for the position. Yeah. Yeah.
Sean, do you want to say like maybe a 1-minute opening and then we'll ask you some questions?
Yeah, sure. So I'm really looking forward to spending my last year working on both elections, the special one and the one that's going to come in the spring. Really looking forward to making some change because of the fact that I'm able to be in the committee 3 times throughout the 2 years that I'm at UCLA. And so I'm hoping that we'll run some great elections and get some awesome people appointed, not only this year, but next year, the next year. So,
Sweet, we really appreciate it. Do we have questions for Sean? I feel really confident with your appointment, obviously, just through last year, so.
thank you, Robert, appreciate it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Was there anything last year that you didn't get to do that you're planning on doing this year?
I'm sorry, it's hard to hear you.
Yeah. Was there anything last year that you didn't get to do that you're planning on doing this year?
Frank, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I'm looking forward to working with a committee that has more than 4 people. That's going to take some time. Running a team, making sure that more people get to have the honor and the responsibility to run the election. Because if I was to do all of if only a few people were to do all the work, then it's difficult to pass on that knowledge to people that might come in the future. I understand that there are some first years that we're appointing to the committee, so I'm also looking forward to working with them and making some good friendships along the way. It's a good time. Yeah, looking forward to do that.
Awesome. Other questions? Yeah, Joanna?
Okay, I was just wondering, you mentioned a couple of changes. I guess individually, I don't know what you were wanting to change besides, you mentioned looking forward to their committee.
Could you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
You mentioned that you wanted to make a couple of changes during your time on the election board, so what are those?
So what I want to do is, I'm not sure how elections committee had been run prior because I am transferred, so this is going to be my second year at UCLA. But I do know that publicity is something that we definitely need to work on, so I'm looking forward to working closely with the publicity director in order to get some just like mass advertising out to students. The more people that vote and the more people that run, the more democratic our system is, our student government is. So I'm looking forward to making sure that happens. I'm also looking forward to making some changes to the election code. Although I don't have anything specific in mind, I do want to see some things implemented. And with the amount of experience that I have potentially running through the elections, I think that that's very manageable to make some important changes to the elections code. One thing that I definitely want to work on is petitions, and I already heard you guys discussing some important changes that I think need to be put in place.
Cool, John.
I hope I was able to answer the question. If I don't fully answer your question, feel free to interrupt me and say like, I don't know what you're talking about. Totally okay with that.
Sweet. Other questions? If not, is there a motion? Closing, yeah, we can do a closing statement too. Yeah, that's true. Could we do like just, yeah, Sean, maybe like an informal, like 1-minute closing statement, and then we'll try to move into any final deliberations and then a vote.
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to be working not only, well, what I was going to say is I'm looking forward to working not only with the student government, Kiana, and the people that will hopefully appoint today, but also with the candidates. Feel free to come up to me whenever, student council members, to ask me any questions about the progress of elections or anything that you guys would like to know about what's going on. I hope I'm easy to talk to, and I really look forward to working with all of you again.
Sweet, thank you so much. And with that, yes, we will move into ARC. Kim, thank you for doing your usual duties, chairing ARC. Take it away.
Hi, Sean. It was nice talking to you yesterday. So yeah, with a 3-0 vote, the Appointments Review Committee approves of your appointment. Honestly, I voted yes for you personally because I know that you're very, very passionate about this. I love the fact that you even asked for how council will be able to transition the newly elected council members. And for me, that really shows how passionate you are when it comes to, making sure that democracy on campus is being, fulfilled and represented. So I'll let you take it away, and then go ahead.
Thank you.
I like Shant. I think you're very passionate. No, I just wasn't ready for a second, but I did, we had a good interview with you. And I think in general, I was just talking about, with Kim, how in the last election, you were just approachable and knowledgeable. And I feel like that's just a good presence to have in the election in general. And then you're also clearly passionate and make a point of informing yourself on this. And you're clearly it's very important to you that this is a democratic process and it runs smoothly. So I support Shant strongly.
Thank you again.
I do have a statement from Shahama about Sean.
A statement.
It says, I recommend you because I felt you are very qualified for this position, not only because of your experience in USAC, but also because you seem to have an optimistic attitude and willingness to improve on the new round of elections. You seem to really care about this, and I think you are perfect for this role. Good luck.
This is so sweet.
The validation. Okay, with that, do we have a motion?
A motion to appoint Shant.
I motion to approve Shant.
Take the lesson.
Well, I didn't know if someone else's motion.
Oh, Isabel was.
It's
Okay, I second it.
Okay, cool.
okay.
All in favor? Whose hand is that? Oh, that's Tara's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By motion, 9 of us. Okay, cool. 10 of us are here. Wow. Okay, by a motion of 9 to 0, the motion passes, and Shant is appointed as Vice Chair of Election Board.
I'm actually excited about this one.
Sweet. Shant, you're free to go.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Sweet. Thanks, Shant. Okay, let's bring in, wait, where did Shant go on the agenda? Is Quinn next?
Huh?
Oh, sorry, sorry. Selena, yes.
Can we move on to mind application instructor?
Yes, we can.
Selena can't get on.
Okay. So Samad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Samad. Okay.
Hi.
So I'm Robert. Basically, what we're going to do is do a 1-minute informal opening, and maybe a 5-minute question and answer, a 1-minute closing, and then you're going to get your recommendations from the Appointments Review Committee. We'll move into maybe a brief deliberation, and then we'll have a vote on your appointment. So with that, just basically an informal 1-minute opening, who you are, why you applied for the position, and then we're good to go.
Okay. So I'm Samad Afzal. I'm a senior. I'm also a transfer student. I'm a political science major. I'm also minoring in interdevelopmental studies. I graduated high school 2 years early. I went to community college. I was the chief there, and I was also the president and founder of other clubs.
Okay.
I have a passion, I guess, for, you could say, law. So I would think that becoming the investigative director or becoming a part of USAC, or I guess the judicial part of USAC, would probably be a way to go. So yeah.
Awesome. Our transfer student representative is very excited by your appointment as well. So that's great. Are there questions for Samad? Any questions?
I do have a question.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to turn it to Isabel.
Have you been able to look at the investigations document?
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
Yes. Have you been able to look at the investigations document?
No. I
Okay.
didn't say document.
Gotcha. Then never mind, it's fine.
Okay.
I have a question. So, obviously, as investigations director, part of your job is going to be to looking at election code, reviewing it, and determining whether or not people actually violated code or not. I think you answered this question, but if you haven't looked at the code yet, are you committed, especially in the coming weeks, to really getting familiarized with the code, so that once these, complaints come in, you're able to fairly characterize them as like credible or not, and then whether or not people have actually committed violations? Hello.
But I haven't looked at the codes yet, but I would have to maybe take my time, get to know the codes as well. I mean, during my time in community college, I was, because of the Chief Justice, and I basically, not me specifically, but we basically kickstarted our student government there, so the bylaws were completely outdated. So in that sense, my committee and I were able to remaster pretty much all the bylaws, and when we finally had our own elections, with the problems and violations that occurred, it was because of that I was able to go through pretty much all the bylaws and have them, not obviously in memory, but have a good idea as to what means what. So in that sense, yeah, I feel like I'll be able to do that fairly well, fairly easily.
Awesome. Cool.
Oh, I had a question too.
Yeah.
So mine, I have two questions. One, I guess we can start with, the investigation director, I feel like always has a lot of work to do just because there's always positions that are being sent in. And I know that it was now recently changed from 48 hours to 36 hours. How do you plan on efficiently managing your time? And also for addressing the concerns of these positions?
Okay, how do I manage? How am I gonna manage my time? I think for me, when I'm not doing a lot of things, especially my first year, I told the ARC for this as well too. My first year at UCLA, I didn't do much at all. If anything, I would literally just stay in my room and maybe come out for classes and just hang out here and there. But it tended to be my hardest year yet. But when I had to leave high school early, when I didn't have many people and I was a part of many clubs and on boards, many things, that was probably my easiest year. So with that being said, I think I tend to do fairly well under pressure, way more so than no pressure at all. So I feel in that sense I'll be fine. But I usually do have my own routines as to how I prioritize what I need to get done. I'm usually fairly organized with my day-to-day stuff and my weekly schedule.
And then the next question would be, let's say, you have a friend that runs, I guess more so if you know someone that's reading, how do you plan on remaining impartial when you're going through the positions?
I see. I mean, well, to be honest, I don't know how it works here, but I know there were instances where something like that would happen in my community college, and since it was a lot smaller, it was more chances of me knowing that person. And when that did happen, I'd have to excuse myself or try to be as impartial as possible, looking at things fairly objectively. In my time, because something like that happened actually really often, what we decided to do was to prevent the names from being given to us along with the pictures and everything. It was just what happened, what was the transgression, and it would lead to whether it was a violation or not. So maybe you could do something like that, or yeah.
What are your opinions on that, on anonymous students? Can I say something?
Yeah, Kiana.
I will not accept anonymous thing, just because it gets messy and I want them to meet and stuff. But I just want to say the investigations director is not going to be the only one looking at the complaints. It'll mostly be him and the board, or just him and me. So if there's any issue of bias or anything, there's always going to be someone else there to credit check. But yeah.
I would also just add to that ideally, we would, once again, have like a committee under investigations that would like review and process complaints as well in those circumstances. Dr. Geller, you were wanting to say something?
Yeah, from a due process standpoint, you can't take an anonymous complaint because the respondent has to be able to essentially cross-examine the complainant. And so if you don't know who's making the complaint, you can't do that.
So ideally, I would think that maybe if you had a committee where you could hand out instances that, you are particularly biased in some sort of way, that might be helpful. Is a suggestion.
Sure,
Yeah. So, and I don't fault you at all for not like predicting that just because you're a transfer and maybe it sounds like things might have been done differently too at your college. Other questions? Anybody? If there's not, we can move into like a 1 minute kind of informal closing, and then we can move into ARC's recommendation.
For closing, what would you like to hear?
Just any final thoughts you have about maybe like why you think you'd be a great election board chair, what you're looking forward to the upcoming election board investigations director.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So like I said, I was the chief justice. I was also the chair. I was also the president of the Democratic Club during like the 2016 time. So in that, obviously, like political climate, it definitely called for, I guess, a diplomatic person to be like in the middle, not to really take sides. So that being there, I feel like I have the experience that it needs to be able to do this job successfully. I've gotten to the point where I am able to, prioritize my time fairly well, given my internships and classes and extracurriculars. So hopefully you guys take that into consideration.
Awesome, thank you. With that, Kim, would you like to go ahead and give the ARC recommendation?
Yeah, so with a 3-0 vote, the appointments review committee has voted to approve of your recommendation for election board. I personally voted yes because I think you have the capabilities of running the investigative committee of election board. You may not have had prior experience to it, but I think you're very much qualified and you have the passion and the drive to do a very good job in the next 2 elections. Yes.
Thank you.
Kim basically said
Okay, Kelechi feels the same.
Yeah.
And then did Shahama release a statement on this one too?
It's what?
Okay.
I follow some of the things you can, I feel like in this position, we would want someone competent, seems very competent, he's qualified, given his experiences, so I'm looking for approving with it to have this position.
Awesome. Thank you, John. Do we have a motion? Anybody have a motion? Oh, there we go. We oh no, Naomi, you do it.
I motion to approve the mod of for election board director.
I second.
Awesome. Okay. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. All against? Oh, Jonathan, are you in favor or against or? Okay. 7. All abstaining. 1. Okay. By motion of 7 to 0 to 1, the motion passes, and Samad is appointed as investigations director. Congrats. You are good to go. Kiana, I'm sure we'll be in touch with you as the year comes around,
Thanks very much.
and we will see you around.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
No problem. Okay.
Alright, bye.
Okay, Kiana, do you know if anybody else is available tonight?
I'm texting Selena right now, she's having trouble getting on because she's on the phone right now. But I'm asking her to hop on right now since he left. Just waiting for her to respond.
Sunny and, Anton are incoming freshmen, so they won't be appointed until school starts.
Yeah.
With the one like detailing the requirements.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin.
Okay, is there any way I can like call her and then like have her on the call? Or
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, okay. Let's see.
And Selena was your investigations director last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I took it self, but we haven't done that.
Yeah, okay, so you're on, I'm gonna put you on speaker right now. You're gonna have your telephone, okay? Alright, do you hear her?
Yes. Does she hear us?
Hello, what's up?
Okay, awesome. Hi, Selena. This is Robert. We're just going to do like a 1-minute informal opening, just like who you are, your experience, why you applied for the position you applied for, a 5-minute question and answer, and then a 1-minute closing, ARC review, and then we'll vote.
Okay, sounds good. My name is Selena. Last year I was the investigator. I'm a poly-psychic here at UCLA, just like teaching here. I'm a co-minor. I'm also a transfer student from Carolina College. And I am planning to be the publicity director this year for the USAC election board. Last spring I was the investigative director. And that was really cool. And what I really noticed while I was doing so was how low the voter turnout came to be. So I really wanted to take up publicity to see if I could increase the numbers. So that's kind of my goal with this year's election board. I plan on utilizing a lot of the social media outlets, especially with Instagram and sponsored posts if possible. That'd be really cool to target internet groups within UCLA, the different Facebook pages for UCLA groups. But yeah, so that's my main plan. I want to come up with a color or theme or something so that when people see that and they're like, oh, that's the elections, I know that is something simple that will catch people's eye. Yeah. That's my opening.
Sweet, thank you. Are there questions for Selena?
Yeah.
Okay, Isabel?
Do you have any specific publicity plans?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
She's asking if you have any specific publicity plans.
Yeah, so specifically, I really want to get people into watching, participating into the debate. I think that's something that has a lot of low turnout, but specifically just the election event. I want to be able to advertise those at least a week in advance, everywhere, so that people can attend them and are aware of them. Because I know that publicity in the elections have always been kind of controversial in that it's not really advertised very well. So that's my goal.
I have a question. Why'd you switch from investigations to publicity? Just more specifically, what was the reason for that switch?
Yeah. So as I said earlier, when I do it, I'm outside right now.
Okay, great. Okay, that helps.
Yeah.
Other questions? Okay. With that, Selena, do you want to give your like 1 minute kind of just informal closing?
Sure. I really want to go for this position because I got a chance to do some publicity work for a group on campus called the Southeast Asian Transfer Enrichment Program. And they gave me the opportunity to work with like creating different posters and having a whole like campaign for their event, and I really enjoyed it. So I would love to have the opportunity to do this for the school collection and see, you know, where it goes and what potential it has.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
yeah.
With that, thank you, Selena. With that, can we have ARC's recommendations?
Yeah, so when I stated there was vote ART approved of your recommendation to election board. I personally voted yes because, I mean, Selena, you already have experience of being on election board. You kept your composure even though the previous election was kind of a bit rough. But the fact that you want to come back shows a lot of your character and your passion for having a smooth election this upcoming year. And I appreciate the fact that you acknowledge that the voter turnout is the biggest thing that we need to work on for this year. And I think your passion and your experience for publicity will really help out with that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Kelechi, do you feel the same?
Yeah, thanks. I was just like impressed. Like you already have the experience, so I was like, I'm confident in this appointment. You clearly came back because you care about it, and I think increasing voter turnout is really important to all of us. So excited for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have the message from Shahama.
Another statement.
An official statement?
I think since you have the experience of being on the keyboard, you know the rigor that election season is. And during your interview, you also recognize the biggest lack of publicity. So you have seen what the ups and downs were and where improvements would be needed. Keeping that in your previous experience in publicity director roles in mind, I recommend you. I think along with a team, you can really make election and events sound more pleasing to the students. I would recommend trying to stay interactive and publishing in advance to build up more anticipation. Best of luck. For sure. Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Sweet. Okay, is there a motion? Okay, I'll look at them.
I motion to appoint Selena Nguyen to, as publicity director of election board.
I second.
Okay, Kim motions, Kelechi seconds, all in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, all against? No. All abstaining? I'm assuming Tara's abstaining. Awesome. Okay, by a motion of 8 to 0 to 1, the motion passes and Selena is appointed to publicity director. Woo. Congrats, Selena. Sweet. Thank you. Kiana will be in touch and you are free to go.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Okay, Kiana, is that it for you for tonight then?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for appointing so many transfers too. We all appreciate that, I'm sure. So thanks for that. And we will be in touch with you 2 weeks from now to finish up all the appointments that you have left.
Can we try to get them more than 2 days beforehand? Just for the sake of our scheduling.
Yeah. So,
Is this the full e-board already that was on the agenda?
yeah, wait, Kiana, so your e-board's full besides these last two, which are already on there, right?
We don't have anyone finance director right now.
Okay, so Kelechi and I think all of council would just feel like it'd be best, just as soon as you get that, just to send it in to us, just so they have a lot of time to interview them. Okay, sweet, thank you so much. Okay,
So next week, I'm gonna come in with the calendar.
okay, cool. So it's
Next
2
week
weeks from
or the
now.
next 2 weeks?
Oh,
So we don't have a meeting next week, it's the following week.
yeah.
Okay, awesome, so week 0. Okay, so we'll see you then. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Officer reports. Okay, I'll make mine really quick. So today I had lunch with Pat Turner, who's the dean of the college, to ask for money for the Blue Book and Scantron initiative. I promised I would not come back to surplus with that, even though I needed $15,000 more for that. I got an email a few hours ago saying that I got that $15,000, so we are good to go and we're covered for the year. I know Jessica saw it already, and I'll be showing it 2 weeks from now. The graphic that's going to be posted in the ASUCLA store is gorgeous. It has USAC's big logo on it. Like, I definitely didn't want to put my logo on it. I wanted to put USAC on it because engagement with USAC, I wanted them to know that it's a USAC initiative. They're going to be given out now behind the counters. So students will come up and say, hey, I need a Blue Book, and they'll just be able to pick one out and scan it out on their Bruin card. So they'll get 6 free Blue Books and 6 free Scantrons every quarter, which should cover like the vast majority of students who need those items. So that's awesome, and hopefully it's a great way to both publicize USAC and also limit the perception of like administration nickeling and diming students. Yeah.
The question for that, if like say the students don't use the 6, can that carry over to like students that may need more another quarter, or like?
That's a good question.
Wait, you get 6 a quarter?
Yes, 6 Blue Books and 6 Scantrons each.
Up to.
Up to,
Yeah. So
yeah.
you don't have a need for it.
Yeah.
The expectation is that you wouldn't come get one, so you would leave it available for other students who need it.
Yeah. So it should be fine still.
And 6,
Gotcha.
yeah, 6 is a lot.
6 is a lot, yeah.
Even if you're taking extra classes.
Really? Okay.
Can you,
I'll
what
give
if
you
you
50 cents.
use, what if you use your 6 Blue Books, but you don't use Scantrons at all? Like, can you get like a Blue Book instead
I
of
feel
like a
like
Scantron?
30,000 people, that becomes a little complex.
Yeah, so what we did was
I've never-
we just looked at averages, and Jessica, correct me if I'm wrong, we looked at averages for how much it cost last year and predicted it would increase just a little. So I don't think that would work in terms of like, because Blue Books are kind of significantly more expensive than Scantrons,
Oh,
that it would carry over. That being said, I don't foresee that being a problem. And I think that students would have a little to complain about if they, got 6 free ones in a quarter, and then on the 7th one, we're able to say, oh, I have to pitch in 50 cents for that. And if that does become a problem,
6 and a quarter is a fair number. Yeah. Especially since I feel like a lot of the classes you have Blue Books for tend to only have
yeah,
so they just have to make time.
yeah. So it should be, a fine, and it's a great way to publicize USAC too. So our posters will be on the UCLA store, like right on the desk where you check out, saying like, hey, get a free Blue Book Scantron with our logo provided by USAC. So really happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you like throw out this logo somewhere?
The USAC logo?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like we were supposed to vote on it in that little email from Kathy, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it's the old one still. Sorry, it's
like
not the
this-
new
oh,
one.
this
It's this
thingy?
one, yeah. So we do have a new logo
We
that
do have a PNG. Okay, continue.
I did not put that there. I didn't know that was a PNG either, which no, obviously it is, and I just realized that. Sorry about that. Yeah, we do have a new logo by Kathy too that we need to approve, that she made. It's awesome. So I will get back to you on
Put
that.
that crest on there. It like is on what's on the thing
On the agenda?
for the Blue Book thing.
Oh,
It's out
yeah. And it says like provided by USAC.
That's so sweet.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So that's one thing that we did. So thank you to academics and to the Dean of Students for pitching in there each 1/3 of the 50,000 or 45,000. Other than that, we have meetings upcoming with the residential life. I'm for the gender inclusive housing options. Yeah, next week I have a shared speech with the president of OCHC, Brooke, just talking about some of the stuff that you are doing. So like highlighting all the work that your all's offices are doing, what OCHC is doing, and how those kind of initiatives intersect. So be in touch about that. And then I'm trying to think what else. Our all campus emails going out like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Dr. Geller might have more of a timeline for that, hopefully, as far as when that comes out. I'm trying to think what else there is. Oh, the Slack conference, October 6th, please keep it still on your calendars. The president of Stanford is coming. USC, Occidental, Pitzer, so like
When you
there's
say the president, you mean like?
the student body
the
president.
youth, okay.
Yeah, and their governments are coming too. So, we have student governments that are like literally flying in for this conference, which is awesome and like a really big expansion of Slack compared to what it's been the last two conferences.
Are we like accommodating them and paying for their travel? Is that why they're coming?
No, so they're paying for their flights, actually, too, via their student governments, I'm pretty sure.
That's
So-
very.
That is exciting. So please show up and be kind to your fellow counterparts from our universities across the state. The one thing I did want to bring up, and I talked a little bit with Jessica about this, is with catering, food. I know we said that we wanted like a local vendor. Not my question / concern is that we recently learned, and Jessica, maybe you could help me with this, is that there's affordable ASUCLA catering options for students that are now available
Yes.
too.
So catering has a separate student-friendly menu that has lower pricing than the normal menus that they're offering to departments or external clients. So the pricing is a little bit better, and they also like package different types of things depending on if you need full meal versus just like hors d'oeuvres. But there is affordable pricing, so I would just say, take a look at the menu. It should be online on their website, and just see what they can offer. Because one additional downside of doing an external food caterer is that you do have to pay to get an approved food waiver to use outside catering in the space. So there will be an additional cost that would be added to whatever total you would be paying for your food.
So my question, my biggest concern, or not, just what do you all think? Like, I know that we talked about local catering last time. Is that something we still feel really strongly about? And if so, that's fine. I just like want to understand more about why there were some hesitancies on ASUCLA catering, especially given that most of council acknowledges that like ASUCLA has like had a deficit these past few years, and that's in part because of like them allowing a lot of outside caterers to come in. So for me, it like makes a lot of logical sense for like us council, which is under ASUCLA, to like support ASUCLA when we can and like not contribute to them giving out opportunities to contribute to their deficit, since we all like have talked about how much we care about like supporting ASUCLA. Or maybe we haven't. What do we? What?
I didn't mean it like that.
I statement.
Look, I statement.
I
Also, okay, look, I'm not entirely impressed, like,
Yeah.
food-wise, what we put in front, like, what someone puts in front of me. I think more at least, like, where I know, like, I was coming from,
Yeah.
as far as local vendors, is putting money back to the community.
Yeah.
And so, like, love ASUCLA, but, like, sorry about the deficit. There's also, like, the community has a deficit because UCLA gentrifies the hell out of
Yeah,
LA.
yeah.
So if we can put our money anywhere, I'd prefer local business.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
UCLA is
and
not
I
full
would
blown
also
anytime
just
soon.
add that by keeping it internal to ASUCLA, it's supporting the student community. So it's not just like ASUCLA as a business, as an entity, like everything we do is supporting students. We employ students through catering. Any money that we make on our business operations funds the Student Union Event Fund, which allows organizations to have free spaces in the student unions. So it does. There is added benefit to keeping it in-house beyond whatever the business policies are. Like we really do support students, and a lot of the money goes back to students.
Yeah, and like I would ask too, like, does it get any more local than ASUCLA? And ASUCLA does support workers within. I mean, like there's workers that work for ASUCLA here that are like that work for ASUCLA. I just no. I'm. If you all disagree, you all gave me the money, so that's fine. Like
Wait, what? Robert, like, I get what you're trying to say too, just because, like, for example, let's say we do, like, Jersey Mike's, like, that's still a corporation, like, I think, unless we're talking about, like.
I think when we meant local, like,
Like
family
family
wise, not like Jersey Mike's isn't local. That's like local, like geographically, I guess, but I don't, like, not corporation local.
Yeah.
Not like chain, like I meant Like when Lolo's, like my family could cater, like not specifically Lolo's family, but like small business, local.
Illegal children.
No, I'm fine with that. Like I'm very much so just like presenting this as like a problem, obviously, that ASUCLA has an alternative to like help, but like also I do understand why we might want to go like very local with local vendors.
It's not necessarily the biggest issue, but I think it would be like a strong preference to
Yeah.
be able to do that where we can.
Okay.
Because I understand like the self-serving aspect of like when going back to ASUCLA and it goes back to students, but also like in general, students are kind of privileged to be in UCLA in the first place.
Yeah.
So.
I try to find the student pricing, but it says video upon request, so we can't really see that right now either.
I can have them, send a menu to y'all. Yeah, because it's just useful to have to,
Yeah.
doing other events. It is a little bit more important.
Could we like ask them to put it, just so it's easier
Yeah,
for student orgs?
Yeah, I'll ask about that, because I thought it was available online, but,
Yeah,
I'll ask. Yeah.
just because I'm like, not knowing me about like last year follows like in my org trying to do agree, so when I saw that, I'd be like, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, it's just a weird barrier.
Yeah.
Wait, John, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna let Lily go first.
Oh, okay, Lily.
Okay, I'm just gonna, I'm very anti-establishment, as you guys know, but I will throw this out there that the one good part about ASUCLA is that CPO and Basic Needs Committee is starting a really awesome program fall quarter that FAC is gonna help with, called Bruin Bites, where you enroll through your MyUCLA and you'll receive text notifications at the end of the ASUCLA catered event, and students can come and take food out for free. So fulfilling a need for students who need a meal, and it's also environmentally sustainable because it's not going to waste. So if we had to choose between like a corporate catered or ASUCLA, I would lean toward ASUCLA because of that program in place, but also I do support local vendors. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I'm also down for either, but.
I do still have questions about like the size of the conference. How many people are we estimating to go?
Okay, yeah, so we still have people signing up, and in fact, like, I think we're gonna have significantly more people sign up as we get closer, but right now, I think UC San Diego, UC Irvine, I'm gonna miss some, I'm gonna forget some tonight, Pitzer, Occidental, Stanford, USC, UC Riverside. I'm trying to think. Cal State. We're trying to get most of the UCs to go, but for some it's difficult, like in Northern California. So like UC Berkeley. We're not sure about those yet, but all of the 4 that are near Los Angeles, I think are going to be there. So we have right now around like, I think 35 to 40 people like signed up that are going. We should be getting more too as it gets closer.
35 to 40?
Yeah.
So we will not all have like an equal number of counterparts. Well,
yeah, I mean, some schools don't even have positions. So
at least 2.
Yeah, so we're trying to get as many as possible to come. So Jonna, you were going to say something?
Yeah, so like what's like the goal
Of
for attendance? Yeah.
at Slack? Yeah, so I mean, in the past when I've gone, like there's been multiple really beneficial things that have come out of it. The first is obviously.
I meant the goal of attendance, not the goal of conference.
How many people do we have?
Oh, the goal. I was like, what? I thought you meant like, what's the point of attending? And I was
The goal is to get to the
no. I think we're trying to reach for like 60. So 60 outside people coming, and then you all can also bring. Yeah, that's a great question. We have Bruin reception room booked. We have Kirchhoff 417 booked, and we have one of the big rooms in Ackerman booked too. Or not 417. Yeah, 417. Yeah.
Just gonna pile in, have a nice cozy meeting.
Okay, so one of the things we've done in the past at like these symposiums, and I want to do it. This one is have like breakouts where like, for example, like the president can go to a room, and then like commissioners can go to a room, and then like, yeah, for example, the conference room will definitely be used for that, for example. But then like commissioners can go to a room, and kind of
lump us all together.
have discussions that are basically relevant to your position. I'm sorry, I know we have to lump some together, because
That's okay, we'll survive.
in most schools, like, for example, don't have a cultural affairs commissioner, but they have, like what the breakouts are.
Yeah.
Okay, Catherine has a full list, so I can get that to you. Catherine Shin is my director for this.
Also, do I need to come? There's like no facilities here.
I would say yes. Well, I would obviously say yes, but the reason why is because a lot of positions, like, fulfill your role, it's just within their positions at their schools. So like at USC, for example, they have like a vice president that kind of oversees the facilities for their campus. So even though there's not like an explicit facilities commissioner, like for all of our positions, there's officers that are doing our work. It's just not necessarily called the position that like you currently hold, for example.
Is Santa Cruz coming?
I've not asked, is that Davon?
Yes.
I need to ask Davon if he's coming. Okay. Okay. Sorry?
Is LMU coming?
We invited them. I need to like get back with Kathy about this. She's really been running the show because of my upcoming LSAT, so I'll ask her about that. But I know the schools I listed are the ones that I know that are coming. Don't you have a contact at LMU?
Yeah, my friend is president.
Okay.
Oh.
We should connect with them and see. Cool. Okay.
Give me an introduction.
Other questions about this? Sorry.
Wait, if we're just inviting our friends, like, can we just?
I mean, if your friend's the president of a university in California.
I think the point is that Lily's friends with the person who would already have been invited.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay. Other questions about this? Okay, that's it from me then. I have an upcoming meeting in November with like Chancellor Block, so if you all have stuff you want to bring up there, please let me know before then.
I'm confused. How is Berkeley not gonna come when they're living in the USAC president?
That's true. I will email them directly and ask them too.
I mean, I can tell them and be like, I don't care if your president comes, you can come.
Yeah, we definitely invited them, so that would be cool if you were down to do that too. Okay, thanks, John. Okay, other questions? Okay, that is it for my very long officer report. So, wait, catering. So what am I gonna do?
To the side?
Yeah, like, well, okay.
I was gonna say that if it was like hundreds of people, I'd be like, no, because seriously, like, it's way too expensive, but if it's gonna be like under 100, I would say like it's fine to do it.
Okay, do we all feel that way, or do people feel particularly strong one way or another?
I really want to support the local community, but I think specifically because of the Brew Invites initiative, like, will that be running by the time we have our Slack?
It's October 6th, so Lily, that's around, you said fall quarter?
Yeah, I'm meeting with Shakira to discuss it with Zero. But the pilot is already running and was running spring quarter. So it'll definitely be running. I just don't know the capacity of students it'll reach.
Because that's like definitely what's informing my opinion at this point.
So does anybody else have anything to say about that? Because I feel like if there's no strong opinions on it, okay. When we voted last week, did we vote with the condition specifically?
I think we did vote specifically with the condition that it was a local vendor.
Okay. We did. Well,
I don't know if I know we said it, but I don't know like if in the
motion.
Yeah, in the motion it was. I think also what's something in the meeting?
They can make a lot of difference stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like there's something kind of like direct options for people with different dietary restrictions or preferences and stuff like that.
As long as it's like seasoned, I'll be fine.
Okay. Just because I'm paranoid that we made a motion that like really explicitly said that, can we do a motion that says like that we're leaving it open or at least or something?
Yeah.
Or so I can explore, and then like if there is a really good local option, I can bring it up, and if there's an option, we'll do ACCLA too. Cool. I'm just not trying to start controversy over vendors.
We're not gonna vote, so we can impeach him. What's the motion?
I motion to change the former allocation to Slack to,
Are you making the
think
motion or you?
No, I cannot.
Someone else to make the
I'll make that
motion?
motion to remove the previous restrictions on the Slack allocation from last time we met.
awesome, okay.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Is there a second?
I will second this very facetious motion.
Okay, second. So we're not putting any restrictions on, that's true. Okay, all in favor? 1, 2, 3. That's on that live stream though. They'll know who did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, who's voting? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Abstaining? And no.
How many votes are there?
Wait, Tara, did you vote? I can't hear you. Oh, yes. Okay, by motion of 9-0 to 0, the motion passes and the restriction for the Slack food is lifted. We're just gonna call it that.
What a weight off.
I can't believe we motioned.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Kim, take it away.
Okay, so, I will be reopening my staff applications, probably week 0, and non-internship applications week 0. I'm very, very excited about that, because I have 2 amazing internship directors. I'm meeting with the director of Career Center when I get back next week. Hopefully she can get back on. And then I'm also meeting with the director of the Food Center, just to like discuss how the IDP office can support the center for this upcoming year. T-shirt design contest is going to open week 3, so that's very exciting. And then week 3, Campus Safety Alliance first meeting is going to be happening. Okay, Joanna, sorry, that was.
Oh, wait, I have a question. Is the CSA meeting on Monday still?
I'm gonna do
No, I thank you to Nick DeLuca, he was able to get us a room in John Williams Center, so it will stay as Thursdays, 5 to 6 p.m.
Okay, cool.
Hi, EVP. Hi.
Oh, okay, so UCSA voted and we will be having our Students of Color Conference here at UCLA in November, which is a very, very, very big deal. We will be having hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students here. I may be asking for surplus for that, given that catering is a big deal, and also that some campuses are not as rich as we are and may have some issues housing and transporting large delegations of students to UCLA. But we'll see as the time comes. I don't really have a budget for that yet, but staff is working on that already. I will just be handling logistics here at UCLA. So just thought I should let you all know since that's really important. I feel like maybe other stuff has been going on, but okay, that's it.
Thanks, Joe. Loud. Oh, sorry, I was just assuming. I assumed. Fat.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to call out Dan Buren because they butchered my officer report last week and said that Facilities Commission is hosting kickoff events for the school year. Not what I said. I said we are hosting 3 events for Disability Awareness Week, which is week 2. Disability Awareness Week, not kickoff events for the year. We are hosting a kickoff event for Disability Awareness Week on Monday, Disability Awareness Week. On Wednesday, we are hosting a town hall regarding disability rights issues. Friday, we are hosting a disability art gallery. not in documents for the year. Cool. Also, I will be having, or actually just fellows/interns, application out beginning of week 0. We also are going to start collecting items for Room Bazaar, which is our sustainable trading post that takes place Wednesday of week 3 and 6. We're going to start collecting items for that week 0. So you'll see posts about it on the Facebook and Instagram. For fact, if you have anything you'd like to donate, whether it's clothes, kitchen utensils, textbooks, whatever, hit me up. That's it.
Thank you, Lily. Okay. So let's go on to Cece.
I guess we don't have that much. We're working on a bunch of stuff. Probably a ton of events will come out like within the first week of school. We did get our Robash film confirmed and up today, which is exciting. It will be Toy Story 4, and it's going to be at Annenberg Stadium this year. So that's kind of a nice change from last year, actually, compared to Sunset Rec, because it's more central, close to Robash and the Iron Field, so hopefully everybody will kind of like be in a more accessible location. And we'll have like free popcorn and candy and soda, so it should be cute. Everyone will put out their little blanket and get to watch a movie outdoors. And then the rest of the stuff will be coming soon. And other than that, Fletcher and I are working hard on Robash and trying not to lose our shit.
In time.
Which is hard.
Especially after today.
Cool. So Tara, you don't want to tell us who it is?
I think it's going to come out tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
No, it's not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow,
Friday.
but it's very good at it.
Okay. Cool. Thank
Real
you.
sound.
Just because you're president, you get to hear everything.
That's
We
true.
can't hold that in a minute, sorry.
Call me out loud. Call me out loud.
She said good.
Okay.
We did not say that.
She said good and welfare. It's on the minutes. Good and welfare. Okay. Transfer run. Oh, I think
The
it's not.
last transfer transitions event was on Friday, and I'm really grateful to have been able to meet like a bunch of incoming transfers, because like they're so excited and I'm so excited for them, and it's a good time. I am very saddened to see the budget allocations that SFAC gave the BRC. They basically like gutted all of the programs in the BRC. It's really sad, like specifically for my community, like the transfer center received like less than half of the funding that they usually get. Especially because like we had this false hope because we had gotten summer funding, which we don't typically get, and then we like just got totally wrecked with the yearly funding. Parenting students at UCLA got like totally gutted. It's just a really sad time overall, and I really don't understand, and I'm waiting to see the justifications from the SFAC and Chancellor's office. And that's my answer report.
Yeah, if I can provide clarification too, just because of like, my
Yeah.
friendship with Nicole, I do know that somehow, and Dr. Geller, actually, do you want to speak on this? Because I know that a lot of things were kind of universally cut too.
Yeah, I know it wasn't targeting at the BRC or transfers, but it's very sad that these student programs that many students like rely on are being gutted.
Yeah, definitely. So I know that we've, Nicole was telling me about wanting to like reach out to the regents about increasing the student fee for SFAC in the future, or do, I don't know, some sort of campaign for that? Dr. Geller, do you want to say anything about SFAC? Oh, you're muted.
Okay, sorry about that. The biggest challenge that SFAC's had is that the amount of funding being requested by the various programs that rely on its support far exceeded the amount of money that's available. Last year, the state legislature provided some funding to offset a tuition increase, but it was a 1-year funding. And they held us to not increasing the student fees this year. So, but they didn't provide that funding again. It was really tough. A lot of things that SBAC wanted to fund ultimately had to be cut. I think Nicole could probably come to a future meeting and talk a bit more about the processes that were used and how some of those decisions were made. Ultimately, the committee was prioritizing funding of staff who provide direct services to students, cutting non-staff positions where it needed to make cuts, and there just wasn't enough to go around to fund even all of the staff. They also were prioritizing funding for student positions because it both provides direct services to students, also provides students with income and with some professional or leadership opportunities. So those were some of the philosophical issues that they were dealing with in making the tough decisions. The cuts weren't just to the Bruin Resource Center, they went quite broadly. I don't think any entity really got everything it asked for, but rather than go much further, I would encourage you all to invite Nicole, and you've got one other returning undergrad sitting on SBAC to come to a meeting in the next month or so to talk about what happened last year and what the plans or thoughts are for the coming year.
Does that ask some clarification too?
Yeah, I would love if Nicole could like come in and explain, or like even just send us an email.
Okay, I can make that happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know Nicole's been really concerned about this too.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll bring her in hopefully next time. Okay, sweet. Anything else?
No, that's all. That's my office report.
Awesome.
It's hard when it's gonna increase numbers of tuition and then just cut all of this.
Sorry?
And like not providing funding.
So from my understanding, the money that comes from SBAC is separate from the tuition increase for out-of-state students.
I know it's separate.
Yeah.
But like that's always their excuse is it's separate.
Yeah.
So I'm confused because where do they expect all this money to come from and where is it going?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. That hopefully maybe like the chancellor or somebody above me would have. Yeah.
Chancellor in here.
I mean, Jamie, do you have any idea how to answer that?
The system-wide SBAC chair was on UCSA last year as Riverside's organizing director. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I could probably find his contact information if you wanted me to send that to you, because he would have a better answer. He's basically doing what Jazz was last year.
Okay, Jazz Jones. Okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be great.
Because there's like a system-wide body of the student fee councils that meet to kind of talk about all of that stuff, and he was the vice chair last year, or he was something with it last year, and he would have a better idea like what that looks system-wide, which would probably be the most relevant thing to how it relates to tuition and fee increases.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. And yeah, that contact information would be great. Also, Joanna says hi.
Hi, Joanna.
I also have a question.
Yeah.
You know, Robert Hyde mentioned that basic needs funding the other day.
For the Basic Needs Committee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
So the Regents recent, Jamie, I got this information from you, they increased it by 7.5 million each school, right?
Not to each school, there was a
Or
basic needs allocation funding in the state budget that was approved in August. The Regents meeting, I'm going to this actually, because I'm looking into doing some sort of CalFresh legislation also. But the Basic Needs Committee is meeting Tuesday, the 17th at Luskin at 5:30, and Haley Weddle is the chair. And she should be coming to all of the UCSA meetings, so she'd be the best person to talk to about what that's all specifically looking like, because she'll have the most power over how it's being allocated at a UC level.
Yeah, so essentially, like, generally speaking, what I think is going to happen is the Basic Needs Committee at UCLA is going to get like an increase in funding. and that maybe that can be, you know, A, more transparent than it currently is in the status quo about where that funding is going, and then, you know, B, be put to use on some of these programs that maybe SBAC can't necessarily cover right now.
The historic, so it's gonna be decided by UCOP.
Okay.
Essentially how it's gonna be generally allocated to a campus basis, and then it would go through the chancellor's office. The big debate last year was UCOP was looking at basically calling basic needs as increased financial aid for students. That was gonna be like $100 a year or something, like not really that, like directly impactful. And so what the Basic Needs Committee was arguing was that it should be going more towards directly funding different types of programs, because as we all know, like the affordability problem of UC is not just tuition. And so they wanted basic needs to actually go towards addressing basic needs. And so there's been debate. And so not sure what that conversation has looked like the past 4 months, but when it left off, when I was still in school, it was definitely leaning towards more going towards programs. So like the idea would be that it would be going a lot towards like CPO food closet, stuff like that on the campus. But again, region committee, big place to go. And then bringing it up in your Janet Napolitano meetings, both at Robert and at Joanna, to follow up would be really good, because she's essentially the final say on the direction.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Janet. Great to have you.
For clarification, since I'm on record, I'm saying this as an individual who went through this and not on behalf of the assembly member.
John, is there any follow-up to that?
No, just a lot of anger.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll keep you updated as I, hear about these meetings and go to these meetings too, and see if that money ends up going to the Basic Needs Committee or to financial aid.
Yeah, I would go to marketing, but I'm not getting to the CLA until later in the afternoon.
Okay. So, who is next? It is, sorry, SWC's not here. CSC, Jonathan.
Hi, wow, hello, I'm back. And this summer, I missed you all. Did I miss the meetings? Sure. Love you all. So what's new in CSC land? So while I was gone, we had general retreat, which is for all of our projects to come to. And the main thing with that is helping with the CAC annual application. So that's the main funding source for all 35 of our projects. And that cycle is now over. Thankful. It's always a very stressful time for everyone involved. So we're glad that that's done, and hoping for allocations to be good soon. We have fall training coming up, 0 week, which will be for our projects to come and learn about all the resources that CSC has and the wonderful things that we can help with and provide. We are in the process. We actually are transitioning a new fellowship director. We had a person leave this summer, so our fellowship application will be dropping hopefully 0 week. And that will be due the 12th. We'll be having an info session for that on the 8th. So I'll remind that as that gets closer. But other than that, things have been pretty smooth, going great, good to be back. Yeah.
Thanks, Jonathan. Okay, let's go to AAC. Yeah.
Okay, so I am releasing academic Senate applications next week. We're actually really excited about that. We're trying to get all those people appointed latest by week 2, but honestly, I'm just doing them on a rolling basis. So if I find like really qualified people to serve on committees, I'm going to appoint them as they come along. And yeah, I'm also releasing my internship application soon, and I'm also going to be releasing my general staff applications as early as next week. I'm literally just waiting for my marketing directors to finish the graphic and for me to approve it, just because we're going through like a whole like marketing transition. So yeah, lots of moving parts in the office. Our
honestly, Robert, you're gonna hate me, but our retreat is the 4th through the 6th.
Ooh.
So we're having that on the 6th. So.
Hey, if you're late, you're late.
LMAO, same. Here.
Sorry, Robert. Oh my God, actually same. My retreat is not.
Your retreat is.
No, but honestly, I was thinking that was the only weekend that my staff could do it. Even then, like, I think 2 people are still seeing. So,
No,
like,
that's totally cool. Are you going to be back, like, I know we are from like 12 to 4, I think. Do you know if you're going to make it back at all during that time?
well, we're planning on leaving at 10, so we should be back by then.
Okay. Awesome.
Like, dropping off. And, well, actually, no, I'm going to make that part of the retreat. They have to come to this thing.
That'd be cool. Okay, no, I appreciate that. Thanks, Naomi.
Okay, so yeah, we're doing that. And then, yeah, I really think that's honestly it. That's all I want to talk about for the office right now. We are meeting with some folks, but I get the bottom.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see.
Oh. As Tara said earlier, Room Bash is a soul-sucking venture, but as we move out of the like big stressful decisions and kind of like into fine details, I'm like finding joy in my life again. Really proud of myself and Tara, especially excited for this headliner. In general, CAC is kind of just preparing for the beginning of the year. Like, we're gonna start hiring at the beginning of fall quarter, and I've just been like all over the place doing things, or just like setting things up, honestly, for my directors and whatnot, because all of these projects in different series. Nothing crazy to report over here, although I am redecorating, that's been fun. So, yeah, that's me.
Admin reps?
Jeff, come over.
Oh, Dr. Geller.
No, I don't have anything happening.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Dr. Geller.
I just want to remind everybody about parking permits. We've had a few people sign up on the Google form, but I just want to make sure that, you know, now if y'all have staff that need parking, please share it out and we'll just keep going for some.
Oh, also wanted to ask, because one of my directors had asked about it, and I just sent her the link. So if she fills out like the Google form, they don't have to apply to parking like through, or
Correct.
just, okay, cool.
So by filling out the Google form, I will go into the system and put their UID in, which will assign them a permit, and then they can then log in and see that available for purchase.
Okay.
So the only time they'll have to, you know, just do it the regular way is if we run out. But right now we have plenty of permits available still. So until we get close to running out, I'll let you all know. But yeah, pretty much if they fill out that Google form, they're probably gonna get the permit that they want, and we'll put it in the system, and they'll just log in to the portal themselves, and then they'll click on it and complete their purchase.
So you just, like, they can just fill out the form, and then like, you can, then after that, they can just log into the portal?
No, so I'll email them
Okay,
when
cool.
it's ready, yeah.
Sounds
Because
good.
I have to actually input it into the system for it to pop up on their side when they log in. So as long as they just fill out the Google form, we're trying to do them pretty, like, regularly, so it shouldn't be too long, but especially now that we're getting close. I think the fall quarter permits are starting like the 16th of September, so since we're so close, we're gonna definitely be checking them every day.
Awesome.
In case of anybody needs something.
That's our 2 admin reps for tonight. Awesome. We will have more on fall quarter arriving. Thank you, Jessica. Okay, let's move into new business, TGIF guidelines and deadlines. Oh, wait.
So does Lily, do you want to talk about it at all, or do you want me to just go over it?
I have full faith in you to go over it.
Okay.
I'll chime in when I want.
Okay. So let's talk about, let's talk about the funding deadlines first, and then we'll go into the guideline changes. So I think you all should have the link to the Google Doc, but I can put it up on the screen too. I don't know if people will be able to see it from there, but let's
I
see.
can also talk about the deadline change.
Okay,
Application.
sure, go for it.
Is everyone looking at it? Do you guys have it up? I'm gonna take your silence as a yes.
I have it up in here on the big screen, so.
Okay, cool. So basically what Jessica and I have discussed is rearranging the timeline to make it more accessible for both student groups applying and also our committee, because it used to kind of go into like later in the quarter, and a lot of our committee members would be unavailable due to like midterm and finals. So originally, week 1 would be mini fund, week 5 would be mini fund, week 5 would be main fund, and then week 10 mini fund. So if you don't know, our mini fund used to be $500 maximum, and you don't have to come to the hearing. You just submit an application and the committee reviews it online. But we recently, or we're proposing to up that from 500 to 1,000. And then the main fund is up to 10,000, but you have to come in and present to the committee. So the proposed timeline change is doing the main fund at the beginning of the quarter, each quarter, week 2, which I realize is like creeping up on us. So we would want to get that advertisement out ASAP Rocky. And then the mini funds would be for week 6 and week 8, just spreading that out on the even weeks. And the biggest change, in my opinion, is that we're making a separate category for funding over $10,000. We're changing it to capital projects, which would be larger infrastructural projects. For example, FAC last year secured a lot of money to get outdoor water fountains installed around campus. So that would be a capital project. But with that, it's going to be a rolling basis for them. And we're going to be requiring more documentation, obviously, to ensure that we're not just giving them money and they don't know how to use it, or that money is being held for a long time. So there are a lot of safeguards to prevent that. And then the change of the mini fund deadline is just to kind of make sure we can accommodate as many orgs as possible with our proposed bylaw changes and funding guidelines.
Awesome.
Jessica, do you want to pitch in?
Yeah, so just to give a little bit further clarification, the previous way we were doing it, the mini fund was the first Friday of each month, and main fund was the Friday of week 5, and so that's why the weeks are really random and off. And so some months we'll have 2 deadlines, some months we'll have 1. So I think this new structure basically just makes it more consistent. So we're not relying on the first Friday of the month. We're actually going by the week of the academic calendar, which will hopefully make it easier for folks to remember, and then also bumping up the main fund to get them access to that funding earlier in the quarter so that they have more of the quarter to plan and execute whatever project they're doing. And then, the rolling application is just, there's this need that when students apply for funding through the main fund, they're just trying to rush and meet the deadline so that they can get their application in, but they're not necessarily ready to start the project. And sometimes that leads to groups just not completing anything at all. So I think this will help them get their project more together, not have to stress about a deadline, and then you know, they can apply when they're actually ready to do the project, and we can review the application and give them funding, even if it's not within a certain week of the quarter. But to clarify also, the rolling application will only be from, you know, fall quarter, week 1 to spring quarter, week 10. So we're only going to be accepting applications during our normal funding period. So this still doesn't allow you to apply for funding during the summer because we don't have a committee assembled. We don't allocate funds during the summer. So this wouldn't necessarily extend the time frame for which you can apply. It just gives you flexibility within the quarter, within our normal funding cycle, that you can then do it that way.
Awesome. Any other questions for Jessica about this? Oh yeah, Dr. Geller?
Okay, so one thing I didn't notice in the guidelines that needs to be there is the statement about how funding will be done on a viewpoint neutral basis.
Yeah, I got your email. So we're gonna go into the guidelines next. This is just the deadlines first.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll go over that document. I tried to make the change, but I don't know if it reflected on everybody's copy, so I'll make sure it's in when we go through that.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you for that catch.
Awesome. Okay, this is consent item, right?
Yes, there's a consent item to change the deadline for the fund.
Okay. So is there any opposition to changing the deadlines for the fund? Okay, then this consent item moves through and the deadlines are changed. Okay.
Now we'll switch over to the guideline changes document. And then basically you can just scroll down to the section where the text should be like red or some other color. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here we go. It's in Article 3, Section 3.2. And to Dr. Geller's point about the viewpoint neutrality, we're gonna put that in Section 3.1. So it's showing on the, if you open it as a Google Doc, it's showing. But basically, I just added that the grant-making committee shall decide to allocate funds on a viewpoint-neutral basis to submitted projects by a simple student majority vote of the committee. And then if you scroll down, the red text is basically what we are amending to the guidelines as they currently stand. So as Lily mentioned, it's increasing the mini fund to go up to $1,000, putting a cap on the main fund up to $10,000. And then the big chunk at the bottom is basically stating about requests that would be over $10,000, which could be considered capital or infrastructure projects. So that we're still not, you know, capping anybody out on the fund, but we're just trying to be more mindful about what groups are actually applying for, what's realistic to fund, that sort of thing.
Any other thoughts on that, Lily?
No,
Okay.
but I think like it'll make a lot of sense why we're changing these funding amounts when we go over guidelines coming up. But we wanted to just get these deadlines passed now so we can start advertising, since it is going to be due for the main fund.
Okay, that's
But I'm super stoked for our proposed changes, and I think it'll make the fund a lot more accessible for student groups.
That's awesome. Okay, so to these guidelines, is there any opposition? Okay, then the guidelines are approved.
Thank
Awesome.
you all.
Thank you, Lily, and thank you, Jessica. Too. Okay. So let's go on to adjournment. Okay, any final thoughts before we adjourn? Okay, then I'm going to adjourn this meeting at 10:22 p.m. See you all in 2 weeks.
Bye, USAC Live.